2019 PCSP Youth in Their Community Conference was a somewhat unique event in that it was organised by teenagers within their own community with a view to giving other teenagers a chance to have their say on youth matters in their area. We spoke to some of the young organisers from No Limits Youth to find out exactly why they had arranged the conference in the first place, and also as to what sort of work had been involved on making it happen.
This conference is basically to show people our ages from 12 to 18, to set examples and what not to do and what to do.
The main purpose of this conference is to give young people a voice in and being able to ask people higher up questions that they wouldn't normally be able to ask.
We've been planning the conference, we've been talking about antisocial behaviour going on in the parks, fires and stuff like that.
We've organised it to set an example for kids older or younger that the park is somewhere for kids to play, not for you to be starting fires, because it can be dangerous and kids can be scared.
Tonight's conference is about gaining the youth's opinions on the main issues surrounding their age group and their generation, and it's about allowing them to have a voice and say in what they want in Belfast.
As you can see, there was a really good turnout to support the conference. But what made young people turn up to support the event?
I attend this conference as I'm a volunteer, so I'm here to facilitate all the workshops, and it's here to teach young people about antisocial behaviours and just stuff like that, the importance of youth work in the area.
My community is very, very important to me because my family and friends live here, and I have the opportunities to come to events like this and being able to speak and have my word being able to be heard.
Young people today very often get a negative press, but there is no doubt that those who came along to the Youth in Their Community event did so with a sense of purpose and a belief that they can make a difference within their own communities.
My community is very important to me. I was just one big family, and everybody in my community I know, and so I'm not afraid to talk to anybody or anything. It's just you feel as one. It's just like a big family.
We have a local youth club in our community, and I think young people should go there. We do youth groups, help them get volunteers, young volunteers. So I think it'd be a good chance for people younger to get a chance into a youth club.
As well as hearing from various speakers on the night, the young attendees also took part in group discussions so that they could let their opinions be heard on issues that were important to them. A wide range of subjects was covered, ranging from street drinking, environmental damage, rowdy neighbours, and the inappropriate use of vehicles, amongst other topics. As you can appreciate, a lot of lively debate on all areas was heard, and this was carried over when the young people attending then had their chance to ask questions of the various local youth organisations who had attended the event.
Part of that is, and this is part of it, is what is it that you want?
People who the sound of a smashed glass can be really, really scary for them.
I think antisocial behaviour is a term that we've all got very used to just saying and blaming young people for, because it's a very broad term, so a lot of the times they actually aren't.
After the question and answer session was completed, we spoke to some of the youth leaders who had been on the panel and put it to them as to how important they believed it was to allow young people to have a voice in their own communities.
I think it's essential young people have their voice, especially within East Belfast. With everything that goes on, these young people are going to be the future, citizens of, this country. And I think if more of the voices they have, more of the chance they have their voice heard, they can actually make changes.
I think it's really important for young people to have a voice in their community because they're such a huge part of our community. I think they have great ideas, they have great things to give, great ideas to actually put into practice as well. But also it gives them a sense of ownership of their community.
So young people need to be able to have a voice, need to be able to have it heard and acted upon. And what the youth service strives to do is to give them a platform allow them to articulate what it is that they feel is needed in a community, and then how actions can be taken to address that.
It's really important that young people have a voice in their community because as adults we don't necessarily know what their needs are or what their wants are or even their issues. So often adults advocate on behalf of young people, which I think is really important in terms of young people and their support, but it's important that we listen to young people.
Allowing them to have their say in matters such as antisocial behaviour, policing, cyberbullying, youth service as a whole is a really, really worthwhile event.
So then, a very positive event, and one which was well supported from across all sides of the local community, and indeed an event which hopefully can now go on to take place on a more regular basis. But what did the young people make of it? Let's leave the final word with them.
I think it's very positive in a way because young people can actually speak out and what's going on there. That's important. We're only footers. We only get the role to speak. Sometimes we have to speak for young people, but they're actually getting to come to this event and speak for themselves and showing what goes on in the community.
Yeah, I feel it's very beneficial and that everyone benefits from getting all the people that are higher up and they're hearing their voices from way down below as well.
I just think it's important that the young people come together, have their discussions, mix them with different communities and understanding what's really going on when other people are in talking to them about it, because we're constantly telling them what's going on and they don't believe us, so when other people come in then that's that.